Hey guys, welcome back to Life with Mrs. B. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to make this delicious cowboy pie. It is super simple, very easy, anybody could do it, and it is a great family meal. As you guys can see, it looks delicious, so I'm going to tell you what you need and then we're going to get on to how you can do it. To start off with the ingredients, you are going to need 8 sausages of your choice. These ones came in packs of 6, so I just cooked them all but only used 8 for the recipe. If you're using pork sausages or meat sausages, they generally come in packs of 8, so you'll be fine, but these ones just are awkward and come in packs of 6. And then you're also going to need 2 tins of baked beans, 2 medium carrots, 1 onion, a tablespoon of tomato puree, salt, pepper, a tablespoon of onion granules and a tablespoon of garlic granules. You're going to need about 800 grams of potatoes, these are just regular white potatoes, and 50 grams of grated cheddar cheese. This is some frozen cauliflower, which is totally optional, but it's a great way to hide some extra veg. So first up, you're going to want to cook your sausages. I would say just follow the directions on the pack of the sausages that you have, but I am going to just cover a baking tray with some tin foil, and then I'm just going to pop the sausages onto it, and then I'm just going to put them in the oven, follow the instructions, what it says, and cook them until they're pretty much done. You could pan fry your sausages, whatever way you want to do it, but you pretty much want to cook them all the way through. Then you're going to take your potatoes and you're going to peel all of your potatoes and chop them. This peeler that I'm using, it is very good, but it is very sharp. Several times I have cut off the tips of my nail. I've not cut myself, but I have de-tipped my nail, which has not been the best. I will link it in the description box for you guys if you would like to, if I can find it. And my top tip is to have something nearby you that you can just put your vegetable scraps and peelings straight into instead of then having them sit about. So this is just like a food bag, and our council actually offers food waste disposal, and they take it and they turn it into compost and stuff. So you're going to want to chop them up. They don't have to be too big, too small. And then once you've brought a pot of water to the boil, you just want to put your potatoes in, and we're going to cook them for around about 15 minutes. We don't want them too done, and I'll tell you more about that as we go on. Then you're going to take your onion, cut it pretty fine, and the same goes for your 2 carrots. Then into a big frying pan, I've got about a tablespoon of oil here, and you're just going to want to saute your carrots and your onions until they're pretty much cooked. Carrots actually take quite a long time to cook, so the smaller you cut them, the quicker they're going to cook. Then once your sausages are done, you are going to want to cut them up into bite-sized pieces. Top tip, and this works for meat sausages too, don't use like a regular knife that I was using there. You want to use a serrated knife. Now you would normally use this to cut bread, but this actually works very well on cutting sausages and not letting the sausages get like super squished and deformed looking. I know that sounds a bit weird, but that's what happens. And before your potatoes get done, you're going to pop in your frozen cauliflower and let that cook through for another 5 minutes. And in this big frying pan, you can see that the onions and the carrots have totally changed. You're going to want to put in your cut up sausages and then add in a tin or 2 of beans. I started off with 1 tin and I thought, oh, I'll see how it turns out, but I gave it a mix through and it actually looked very dry still, like there just wasn't enough there. So I went ahead and added the 2nd tin in. So just go ahead and mix that through, and then added in the tomato puree and the salt and the pepper. Add in your onion granules and your garlic granules. Next up, you're going to want to drain your cauliflower and your potatoes. Then once they're drained, just pop them back into your pot, and you're going to mash these up, including the cauliflower, and it actually mashes a lot easier than you might think. Now to this, we're going to add, this is optional, you can add about a tablespoon of butter. I wouldn't recommend adding milk to this. If you're making like regular mashed potatoes, you might add milk or maybe stock to kind of loosen it up a little bit. You don't want that because it's going to be like a pie topping. And then add your salt and pepper. And then all you're going to do is just take your dish and layer, this is the beans and the vegetable mix, and you're going to try and get it even. It's not the end of the world if it's not even, but just add it all into your dish. And then you're going to add on your mashed potato, mashed cauliflower. You're just going to pop that onto the top, and then we're going to spread it around. Now, when you're spreading this, if you're making like a cottage pie, you might use a fork to get those cute little lines, which actually they do have a job. They crisp up super nice, but because this is going to get cheese on it, we're not really aiming for that. So just spread it out with the back of a spoon. Try and get it pretty flat. You're going to add on your grated cheese. Now this is going to go in the oven now. Everything in this is already cooked, so you're actually, when you're putting it in the oven, you're only wanting to do is just heat it through and melt the cheese, and that's really it. So I did it for about on 200 degrees centigrade for about 20 minutes. And as you can see, it looks delicious. It was so good. The kids ate every single bit of it, which was amazing because it had several vegetables. As you guys seen, it had onions, it had carrots, baked beans actually count as one of your 5 a day as well. It had cauliflower, and it had potatoes, which potatoes are really good for you. Potatoes get a bad rap, guys, but potatoes are so good for you. So to serve it up, I just sliced it up, and then I used a spatula because it's not super wet. So I used a spatula and then like a spoon to kind of scoop out the bits of beans and sausage and whatnot that I got left behind. Thanks very much for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and I'll catch you in a new video on Monday. Bye, guys.